Ooh, I'm a little high. I'm not high. The phone is high. As in height. Hello, Facebook land. Let me get myself situated here and give you all time to show up and receive this amazing transmission that is coming through today to share with you, for you to receive on a cellular level, for you to be stirred up within and take what gets stirred up and do something with it. Yeah. Hello, Melissa. Whoop, whoop. So I'm going to share. All right, the balance here, head to ceiling, is a little off. Oh, there we go. I don't know what I'm doing here. Hey, Steph. Hey, Jennifer. What's up, ladies? Ladies in the house. Can you believe I haven't even had my coffee yet? I know it's past 1:11. Kelly Ann is live. I should probably check her out. Oh my God, you should see. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. This is hysterical. Of this share that's coming through. My face is funny. Oh, hi. Did I just see Liz showed up? Let's see. Oh, no, wrong buttons. Hitting the wrong buttons. So we had a snowstorm last night. It was probably one of the, I don't know, say best in as far as quantity and beauty that we've had all winter. It's just so pretty out, and like the sun is out and the sky is blue and everything is white. I mean, it's melting and it's going to be muddy later, but I feel like this is maybe one of the last snowstorms of the season, and it was really one of the best considering where are we? We're in March, so we should be winding down. Hey, Mandy. Who else is here while I've been like playing with my, hey, Stacy. Woo woo. Hi, Robin. Great. I'm caught up with everybody. Hey, Brett. Caught up with everybody. Let me grab my mushroom coffee. I really should be sponsored by these people. It's Alfay is the company, and there's a few medicinal mushrooms in here that are good for your brain, that are good for your immune system, that are good for your attention. Right? I mean, living this life is holistic. It's not just about like, showing up and doing the things, but it's like, what are you doing in behind the scenes? What are you doing in the background? What are you doing in the in-between times? It's all, what is that? That all compounds. So, first sip of coffee. Sup, gorgeous? Right back at ya. So today we're going to be talking about why your tools are not working, and let me tell you what we're going to talk about. Let me read it first. So here's a little tip. These are like really for those of you who are here to share a message with the world, that have something to say, that do not let not having all of the things, right, your ideas coagulated before you come out into the world and share it. That is one of the subconscious blocks that I see hold people back from sharing their message, from sharing what it is that they, have to say with the world, is that you hold back because you feel like, oh, I don't have it all together yet. Well, here's the thing. The idea comes through as energy. And if you don't grab onto it and take the ride with it and be the channel of it, it's going to go off and move through somebody else. And what happens is that over time, as you're not sharing your message, it becomes more and more uncomfortable within your own being, because there's that disconnect of what you say that you want for yourself, and then the way that you're showing up. All the dots are not going to be crossed. All the T's are not going to be dotted. That's backwards. And that's what, like, I got the idea of what was coming through. It was inspired by a conversation this morning. And as I was preparing, that, that type A personality part of me was like, well, what is your syllabus? What are the points you're going to make? Are you going to make sure that you talk to the right audience? And yeah, underlying that is important, but I cannot tell you enough how often I have gotten off of lives, right? Because I sit back and I allow the message to come through me. Sometimes I don't even hear myself what I say. But I will get off of the live and I'll think, oh my God, what did I say? Did it make any sense? But here's the thing, my genius is to not make sense. Because in my work, I'm about unfucking your mind. And if like your mind can hang on to what it is where I'm going with it, well, I'm not doing you any service, because I go in there and untangle those patterns and those neural pathways that keep you repeating and doing the things that are not supportive of what you say you want to do and be. So my point is that the idea came through and I'm showing up. Oh no, what I was saying about I'll get off a live and I'll think, oh my God, did that make any sense? And I will get notes from people saying, thank you so much for sharing that. That's exactly what I needed to hear. I feel like you were talking exactly to me. So who am I to get in the way of the message that wants to come through? And that's what I want to start this live off with today. Hey Ray, hey Tara, hey Michelle, hi Joyce, hey Christopher. What's going on? So today we're talking about, oh yeah, that's what I was going to read. Why your tools aren't working, and what's necessary to clear the lack, the confusion, the self-doubt, right? And like what it takes to create the shift to tap into flow, to be doing the work that you're here to do with effortlessness and ease and pleasure and fun, and and to be living the life and doing the things that you say you want to do, be, and have, right? So tools that I'm talking about are perhaps maybe some of your energy management tools. Perhaps it's some of your mantra or your affirmation or your journaling. Now, you'll know it's not working when you do the energy work, or you do the journaling work, or you do whatever it is that your tools are to clear the insecurity, the lack, the self-doubt, the feeling of stuckness, right? So you move through all this stuff, you like clear your mind, I could do it, I'm amazing, right? And then it's like you get to the point and you share your program, you share your message, you show up on a live, you ask the client for the payment, you send the invoice, you launch the course, you're like, all right, I did it, right? And then what happens is things start to settle, that energy that you used as momentum to get through the stuck point, get through the fear, to get through the insecurity, starts to fade away. And then you start to fall into what your natural, right, your natural, normal, which can all be changed, vibration is. And then you come to that next point where a client reaches out and wants to do some work with you, or the inspired idea comes, but you don't take action on it. You're meant to be doing more, but you're kind of flopping around like, I don't know, what is my message? What am I supposed to be doing in the world? And then you got to do it all over again. And you got to like ramp everything up. Maybe not be so handy with my coffee in my hand. Then had to ramp everything up, work so hard, get the energy up. And I'm not saying that it doesn't, that's not part of the process sometimes, but when it's the process that you have to do every single time to show up and share who you are, what's happening is that there's something at the core. There is a core belief. There is your energetic vibration is not in alignment with this fullness that you want to be the expression of. There is, a core fear, and that is what needs to be resolved, so that you don't have to amp up every single time to like do the things that you say you want to do. Because really, like all of that like force, all of that hard work to take that next step, what you're really doing is you're fighting against that core fear, the core block, the core belief, right? The core belief that I'm not enough, who do I think I am, I don't know enough, the core fear that people are not going to like what I have to say, the core fear that, people are going to judge you, they're going to abandon you, the insecurity that you don't have what it takes, or who's going to pay you for the work that you're doing that comes so easily and naturally for you. I mean, that's the thing that I see with sensitive leaders and empathic entrepreneurs, is that their gifts come so easily and naturally to them that they're not valuing them. They're not valuing the impact that it has on another. Because it comes so easily to you, it's like you can't see that it doesn't come easy for somebody else. Like let me see with like an example. If I wanted to like build a house, that would be really hard. I'm sure that I could do it. I'm sure I could, I'm very handy, but someone who knows how to build a house, a contractor, a carpenter, like that's easy for them. They could probably do half of it in their sleep, right? So what I see is with these leaders and the entrepreneurs is that you're not valuing your genius. You're not valuing your gift. And I feel like I went a little off topic here. Oh, so what's happened is that you're fighting the inside. And so you'll get through it with your mantras. You'll get through it with some journaling. You'll get through it with, some like ramping up. But what would it be like for you if you didn't have to do all that? What would it be like for you if it was easy? What would it be like for you if you could just be in flow? If you could just show up and do your thing? If the idea came and you took the action? If, and then all the self-doubts didn't come up and all the mind fuckery didn't come up about like, how much, what time, what should I do, blah, 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 blah. That is all of that mind fuckery is actually coming from the core pattern, the core wound, the core fear. Because these things are, we are born with some of them. Some of them are developed as we go through our life. And it's like this protective mechanism, right? Because these stories will come up around not wanting to, ruffle any feathers, or not wanting to say the wrong thing, or, you're worried about, asking for the price that you are worth, because you've got inside stories going on. And what I'll tell you is that when you clear this inside stuff, when you get to the core, when you get to the root, so think about it as a garden, right? Or even dandelions, right? If you pick off the dandelion, the root is still in the ground, and what happens is that it can still produce and grow, right? It's like the weeds inside. If you think about your fears, your insecurities, these patterns of lack, right? These are belief systems that you have picked up from other people. I was at a retreat over a couple weekends ago now, and was working with a nurse, and she had realized that she had gotten looped into. So she's a very spiritual woman. She's going to be doing amazing things in the world with bringing her her spirituality and natural birth, creating facilities where people can come and be nourished on mind, body, and soul as they're about to give birth. But she has to go through the traditional training, right? And so what she had realized is that she had gotten wrapped up into what nursing school is like. It's hard, it's chaotic, you don't have any money. And then after doing the weekend retreat together, she was like, yeah, no, none of that is true. I just got pulled into this paradigm of thinking of this is how it should be. So I want you to take away from today of like, to question your thinking, to question your beliefs. Like, how have you decided that it either has to be hard, or it takes such and such in order to have it happen, or like any kind of fears that you make? Like, listen to the fear stories that you tell yourself. Like, listen to yourself when you're about to do the thing, to all of the stories that come up, right? So the initial thing may be, oh, I don't know what I should say, or I don't know how much I should charge, or I don't know when I should do it, or I don't know if I have, if I'm have enough to it. So listen to all of that, and then keep going further and deeper. Because beyond all of that mindfuckery stories that come up, you start to get to the truth of what it's really about. You start to get to that core pattern, that core fear, that core insecurity. And what happens is that once you pluck out the root of what's been playing out, right? That core root of the thing that's been holding you back, or the thing that's having you play small or under the radar, or even flapping around like, I don't know what to do, then you don't have to keep doing these tools over and over again. You become the person, you become the leader, you become the message you're here to share. You don't have to like work so hard to get the mind fuckery out of the way or the insecurity out of the way. And then what happens is that what I see in my work is that when we get to the core, right? I tell my clients, it's like the core is like the center. So the core is like a bicycle wheel, and all of the spokes are the different areas of your life, right? So love, money, health, relationship. Well, love and relationship, the same thing. Your finances, your social life, a whole bunch of things. Now, if one of those spokes is off, it's going to throw everything off. So if you're feeling like, I had a client who was feeling insecure about who she was as a spiritual person as she was going into these dating experiences. Now, when we resolved what was going on in her deep belief about who she was as a spiritual person, not only did she start attracting different people in her life, but her business grew. She hit 6 figures that year. She became an international speaker. And again, the dating pool had changed. When you clear that core message, right? Because some of us, a lot of people that I've worked with, come into the work having not, likely some childhood stuff, some life stuff happen to them that they've created beliefs about themselves, and those beliefs keep them from moving forward. They also come in with stuff that may have happened in past lives, if you believe in that or not. But if you are here to have an impact on the world, to have a ripple effect out into the world about who you are, it is imperative that you get to the core of where your operating system is, because you are going to free up so much energy for yourself from all of the times that you're trying to ramp up and do the mantra and do the journaling, because you can eliminate all of that. I mean, you may do some of it, but eliminate most of that so you can start just showing up and being the person that you're here to be. Because the journaling becomes a pattern, the mantras become a pattern, and it's really just only pacifying that getting to that core. There's so many people that I talk to that have done all of the courses, that have taken all of the programs, that have worked with all the coaches. But until they come and have done the work with me where we pluck that root out, it's just the same kind of stuckness over again, the same kind of lack patterns over and over again. You've got to get to the core. You can try to retrain your brain around, your worthiness, your lovability, your genius, right? You can try to retrain your brain about that, right? You could start paying, like I said, you could start paying attention to what you're saying to yourself, what you're hearing from yourself. But on an energetic level, there's a part of you that is aligned with fear of being annihilated for your message, a fear of being abandoned, a fear of failing. What will happen is underlying that energy will do everything it can to sabotage your forward momentum. It'll tell you you don't have what it takes. It'll tell you you don't have time. It'll tell you you don't have the money to invest in support. It'll do anything that it can and then you'll start seeing it manifest. You'll start seeing it manifest in people reflecting it back to you. So start to take a look. So the second piece here is the first part is looking at the stories, noticing that stories will come up, but then underneath that is really the core fear. And then the second piece is that notice what you're attracting in your life. Notice the clients that are coming in and reflecting back to you. Notice the relationships that are coming in. Notice what's happening with your bank account and your credit cards. Notice, because that is a manifestation of something deep and internal. When you can shift the deep and internal, boop, 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 life starts to reorganize itself to become a match for you, a match to who you are internally. I want to see if there's another example that I want to share around this, but if you guys have any questions. Hey, Anne. Hi, Lana. Who else is here? Did I miss anybody? Hi, Alyssa. You guys may have like taken off by now, but let me just see if there's another example. Because here's the thing, is that I read energy. I read people's energy fields. I read it through seeing them, but my work is all over the phone, and I work with people all over the world. Now, as a sensitive person myself, I can tune into what's going on in somebody else's field without taking it on, without me getting wrapped up in it, and but take it on to have enough information in order to guide them to where it is that they want to go. I had a conversation with somebody not too long ago where he was asking me about, asking me about his gifts. Now, his work, again, people that I work with have a ripple effect out into the world. His gift does not look like any of the gifts that he's supporting others in discovering for themselves. Now, because he was having some insecurity that, how can I help these people if I don't have the same gifts that they do? Well, guess what? His gift was holding the energetic space and being the channel for the people. He doesn't have to be psychic. He doesn't have to be receive messages from the divine or feel things. His gift was to be that presence, to be the clear channel of receiving. And this is where I see people get in their way too, of like, your gift has to look a certain way. Your message has to sound a certain way. And it's not true. So in our conversation, I shared with him that his piece, a little tiny tweak, because I can see, it's like, if he just tweaks this little tiny, it's almost like, boom, everything can open up. So his little tweak was owning the fact that this is how his gift is. Just like the fact that my hair is brown, or my eyes are brown, or your eyes are blue, or your hair is blonde. It's just like, that's just who you are. Own it and claim it. But don't try to force, don't sit here, being brown-eyed and trying to force yourself to have blue eyes. Own who you are. So the biggest piece is, so with him, it was getting to that underlying belief that, which was, causing insecurity and a misalignment in energy, that his gift wasn't enough to be doing the work that he's here to be doing. So we had a conversation. So he understood it on an intellectual level. Now our next step is actually to be working on the vibrational level, to be clearing the vibrational debris in his energy field that was causing this insecurity to come through. So my point is that your tools aren't working because you're not getting to the core, and what you're really doing is just trying to get past and beyond the inner fear, the inner insecurity, the inner belief system, or the self-sabotaging pattern within you. And you can free yourself from all of that. You can free up so much energy for yourself when you clear all of that out, and then just start living as you are, with this, living as the person. And what's coming through right now is that a lot of times that when I'm working with somebody, is that they've been trying to make something work, forcing to try to put their work out there, put their programs out there, work with the clients. And it's been hard because they're not doing what they're really meant to be doing. They're doing what they think they should be doing. They're doing what they, it's like they're using, their gifts like everyone else is, But once we clear all of the stuff away, we clear the internal belief systems and patterns and fears, when we energetically shift your internal vibration, the clarity about what you're meant to be doing comes through. The ideas start coming through. And then what happens is you don't have that inner resistance, and then you start taking action on the things that that you're meant to, that come through for you to be taking those forward steps on. So essentially what I'm saying is that your tools aren't working because they're really just pacifying or bypassing what needs to be resolved within. And when you resolve within, you free up so much more energy. You get more clear on what it is that you're here to be doing and sharing in the world. It becomes effortless. It's much easier. And like when you drop into your true gifts and start like, allowing your full mission to come through, and let go of, what you think you should be doing and really just allow what you're meant to be doing to come through, it's so much easier. It really is. So I want to let you know I have, it's open today, my one-on-one course called Empower. It's limited spaces only, where you and I are going to work together one-on-one. I'm going to read your energy. We're going to get to the core of what the thing or things that are blocking you. Because what I'll tell you is, like, as you start to move, as you uncover something and you start taking the next steps, there may be another layer that comes up. These layers come up, where it's like, okay, I got through that fear. Now the next thing, you're about to go do this presentation or something, and or launch a course, and then another fear will pop up. But what you'll also learn through all of this is, like, how to identify it, how to identify your resistance, versus like how to identify, like, well, no, I'm really not meant to be doing this. And so I'm going to guide you through this 6 weeks and identify what the core thing or things are in the way, and then work on your energetic vibration for you to become an alignment in the direction of where you're headed, because we have gotten clear about what it is that you are here to be doing, what it is that you are here to be the expression of. So do not dismiss, that the 6 weeks that, what can happen. I mean, there's been some powerful stuff that have happened in 30 minutes. And what's so cool is that, it's like, once we like clear it out, I mean, clients are taking quantum leaps, right? It's like, if they I work with people who are really ready. And when they're really ready and we create the shift, quantum leaps happen and worlds open up, and it gets to be fun because we get into that energy of creation, and we get to like tap into flow and like just friggin' beyond the resistance, beyond the fears and insecurities. I'm not saying that they're not sometimes still there, but you're not letting them stop you anymore. That's the point, is that this stuff will be here, but you're going to be more conscious of it, and you're not going to let it stop you anymore. So 6 weeks one-on-one. Oh, let me pin the comment in my thing, because I like to do that when I'm live. So that's a trick, is that that's a trick that if you pin the comment while it's live, it gets pinned. If you do it after, it does not get pinned. So, well, it would be helpful if I actually put the right, the right website in. Oh, Kelly, Ann, you're so funny. Let me try that. Come on. Ooh, it's working. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, awesome. It worked. Oh, now my phone is full. So funny. All right, if you have any questions about that, if you're wondering, hey, I don't know, maybe this course is for me or it isn't for me, I'm not really sure, message me. Let's have a quick chat, because the people that I want to be working with, are really ready and are going to do the things that come through. And so what happens is, I'm working together with you one-on-one, I'm channeling for you. I'm channeling, like, this is the thing you need to do. This is your next step. This is your homework. And, I only want to be working with people who are like ready to do the thing that comes through, and not make up excuses of why they can't do it or why it's not the right time. Because this is coming through for you, not something that I made up because, it worked for the other Sally client. No, the work that we're doing one-to-one together are me and you, me and you, me and you. There's no like set format. This is a like fine tailored custom one-on-one course for you. I am wildly excited to be doing this, and I really hope that you take advantage of it, because I know right now, I was walking yesterday and I was feeling into this, and I was like, you know what, this is not going to be offered at this place again, ever again, because of the energy that comes through for you through me, and the shifts that are going to be available for you, and what is going to become, like, who you're going to be at the end of 6 months is unknown. But what I do know is we don't go backwards. We only go up, up, up. So thanks for tuning in. Thank you for, Melissa, thank you. This live is perfection. Fire. Thanks for tuning in. And again, if you're watching the replay, post your comments. I'll come back and respond to them. If you have a question about the Empower course one-on-one, send me a message. Let's make sure it's the right fit, because it's important for me that I be working with people that are ready, and I want to make sure that I am the best person for you to be doing what you need to be doing in order to be moving forward. Okay. Peace out. Have a great day.